What's the next question?
Next question comes from online. Guys, we're broadcasting live around the world, and we have a few questions from the folks that are participating in the chat. Welcome to New York, Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Steele, Consul General, you're always here. So, Prime Minister, you spoke a lot about some very important topics. You spoke about the debt to GDP ratio, which is good. The visa renewal, which everyone think that is a great venture for Grenadians into the U.S. The CCJ, mostly all the viewers think that is positive for people in Grenada. You spoke briefly about the sexual abuse hotline, which I think is very good as well. But a couple of things you did not speak about, which some folks noticed and they mentioned. One have to do with the China, and we know that the question is, can you explain Grenada's relationship with China? We just received a generous amount of money from China in Grenada, and are we in debt to China, and exactly what do we owe to China currently? One other quick question, and it has to do with the Silver Sands Project. We heard nothing about that. Want to know what has been done with the Silver Sands Project. Is that wall going to be taken out? We really need to have a better understanding of how did it get so far?
China, let me deal with both. In fact, I had planned to deal with the Silver Sand issue when I was on the podium, but I forgot, so I'm glad you raised it. But let me talk about the Chinese thing. We don't have a major amount of debt to China. I can't give you the exact number, but it's a very small number because it's only recently we established relationship with China. It's only a few months ago we signed on to a $65 million US contract with the Chinese government, about 2% interest, about 30 years to repay. And that is for the expansion of the international airport, to create an additional runway and other facilities, and to upgrade the facilities and the roads leading into and out of the airport. So that's a major project that we have got into, and it will include doing some work with the Carriacou airport also, that whole development in that particular area. So the Chinese, the government relationship we have with China, we have a very respectful relationship. We believe that we should have a relationship with every country, and whatever decision we take, it must be based on mutual respect. You respect our country, we respect yours. We may not agree with your system of governance, and you may not agree with our system of governance, but we have to have relationship with all countries regardless. And that's Grenada's fundamental position. The Silver Sands issue, it's extremely unfortunate. Let me say this. You have an investment. Someone comes to your country and invests hundreds of millions of dollars in a development. We want investment. And they're providing hundreds of jobs to Grenadians. Now, you may have an incident, like in the case of that issue with the wall. That's the wall near to the beach. Now, it is not the whole investment. It's a wall that was put up. The people, let me just finish. Just listen to me carefully. I am not here to defend anybody, just to tell you what the circumstances are. Now, it turns out that the people bought the property from Grenadians. The same area that they bought is what they were building on. And in other words, they were building there before. So there were errors even before that. It was found out that they did not get the permission from physical planning. Physical planning went in and started negotiating with the people. They agreed to move it. It has been moved already. It has been broken down, my dear. They are breaking it down already. That's a fact. But I'm just making a point. I'm making a point. Now, let me say this. The people have not disagreed that they must take action, and they were not the first offender of the problem, but two wrongs don't make a right. the point is they were willing to do what physical planning asked them to do. But yet, some of us gone on TV and radio and these bad people, these wicked people come to destroy our country, and a man comes here. No, but seriously, I must talk about this. Somebody comes here. You have 500 jobs, Grenadians. You know you have 500 people vexed with this? With you when you're making noise about that? But the people make a mistake. All of us make mistakes. They are ready to correct it, but you're on TV calling them all kinds of names. The people are now negotiating. They have now negotiated with scores of farmers in Sates, in St. Patrick's, St. Andrews, Victoria, contracting farmers to produce food. Over 75 farmers already. So the farmers getting help. Hundreds of workers working. The construction industry growing. People are getting jobs. Somebody makes a mistake, and you go on as if they're the biggest evil in the world. The man could take his money and go anywhere. This individual has property in the United States, 3 hotels in the United States. He has in Europe. He has in the Middle East. He's a billionaire you're talking about. So if we don't want him, we'll send him out. Other countries would love to get him. But I am saying, I have no problem with the persons having made an error, and we have dealt with it and are dealing with it, and they have agreed that they cannot break the law of the land. No matter how much money you have, you can't come and break the law of the land. What I don't agree in, before something happens, you're on television, radio, going all over the world and calling people all kinds of names. Suppose the man decided to hell with it. I gone. Are we going to be happy with this? Well, I'm just saying, it's the approach I'm against. I am not talking about whether the problem should not have been dealt with, it should not be raised, but the way that some people are behaving as if the man comes here to destroy us and to do all kinds of wickedness to us. And I'm saying that is unfortunate, and I certainly would not be able to agree with that position. And that's why I wanted to explain that thing, that situation myself.